What's up, installers? In this video, we're going to be going over the WatchNet BLZ NVR series. We're going to learn about best practices, what options we should be turning on for the customer, just to ensure a perfect installation. So let's get to it. Okay, here we are at the NVR. As you can see, our 8-channel NVR here, and our camera is connected to it. It's connected right into one of the channel 1 spots. Keep in mind the cameras can be connected into here directly, which is the best, here into the customer's network, but not through a switch with multiple cameras into here onto its own network, because you cannot stop this from getting an IP address, and it will cause conflicts and cameras to go down. Okay, so let's start off here. We're going to go through our options to get this thing set up. Okay, we're gonna put in our password here. Okay, we can do our pattern. You should be filling in all of this information for easy recovery, but I'm just going to turn them off for now. Okay, we're going to hit next. Okay, this camera is going to now configure itself with the same password as the NVR, so keep that in mind. It will change the default 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's just use these settings here. Okay, we're going to change our daylight savings time, March 2nd, Sunday, November 1st, Sunday. Gotta turn that on, turn on our time synchronization. Okay, we're gonna next on the holiday. Okay, we can modify our IP, put your IP address in here, or just go DHCP to get one, if you're fine with that. And we'll go next. Okay, for recording schedules, we are going to turn on the motion intelligent, and we're going to checkbox all, and we're going to hit OK. Now we can copy this to all channels for future proofing when we plug in a new camera. Okay, we're going to go next. For snapshot, I do not have a need of saving pictures of events and everything. The video record is fine. I can do snapshot through the app and stuff. So this will take up more space if we enable it. So we may as well just disable it unless you have a specific reason to keep it. And again, we're going to copy this to all. Okay, and we can hit OK. All right, so now actually we just need to plug this into its spot. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, we want to go to our main menu, and we need to enable the alarm disarming service. Now this is because this has the capability of two-way voice and messaging, you're intruding, that kind of thing. But we want to have the ability to arm or disarm that. And we do that in the alarm section here, and then under disarming. Okay, down at the bottom, sync disarm config with channels. So if we don't turn that on, if we toggle this option on and off, or if we use our app to turn it on and off, it will not synchronize that command with the camera. So we're going to turn it on, and then we're going to choose the cameras. We can choose all or 1 or 2 or whatever the case is. You might have a camera that you just never want to be disarmed. Leave it checked off, because it will just stay. It will stay in the state that you've given it in the beginning. Okay. Now we're going to apply that. Okay, so now we have this disarm by period. If you don't want control arming and disarming, you know it needs to be turned on at 5 o'clock every day and turned off at 5 a.m. the next day, or whatever the case is. You can turn that on. It will bypass this. You change your settings and select your schedule here. Okay, and then our case, we do want to have control, so I'm going to uncheck that. So I'm going to apply this. Okay, now if we right click, we have the cameras up now. So now we can right click main, and we are going to check our video detection settings. So we can go here to settings, and we want to paint the areas away that, you know, maybe we don't want to be looking for the human with smart motion detection. Keep in mind, this is inside, but if it's outside, the more area that there is, the more chance you have for false alarms, especially in snowstorms and stuff like that. So if you don't need it, just get rid of it. Okay, now I'm going to right click, and we do want to apply this. Okay, so now we've finished our alarm section. Now we need to go to our AI. Here, we're going to go to our parameters, and we are interested in smart motion detection. We just, by default, it's off. We want to turn it on. We're going to select, you know, what we want to watch for, humans or vehicles. We just want humans inside. We're going to turn on camera audio. We can change the settings, choose the message we want, how many times we want it to say it, and apply. Okay, now if we go to Smart Plan, there is technically smart motion detection. It is turned on. This is for IVS, which is your tripwires and that kind of thing. It will deactivate your smart motion detection, so use it sparingly. Ideally, you want to use smart motion detection if you can, not this, but sometimes you need to have a trip line for a particular reason. You want to know room crossing, whatever. So then you would turn this on. Once that's on, then you can go to your IVS here, and you can add, and you've got, these cameras are capable tripwire intrusion. So if we do a tripwire, I can draw out an area and say, I'm just clicking and then clicking all the way down here. I'm going to right click. So now I'm going back and forth, or I can do from A to B. So you see the arrows change from here to here, or the other way. And I can choose my target, or just have anything at all, but I'm going to choose human, and I can hit save, and then I apply. Now, even though this is enabled, again, if the smart plan isn't turned on for that, it's going to ignore it. Okay, which is what we want. So I'm going to right click here. Yeah, and we can go to our display settings, and we can change our monitors actually higher quality, so I can apply. Okay, so now just to show you the arming and disarming. So this little bell here, that means that the smart motion detection is turned on and the audio will come on. If I click on that, that will turn it off. So now it will be recording the motion, the smart motion detection, but it will not be triggering anything. Okay, and if we go back to main menu and we go into alarm and into disarming, and you can see that's now turned on, because turn on here means turned off. Just a quick add here. Forgot about the encode options. If we right click and we go to main menu and we go to the camera and encode, this is where we can adjust our bit rates and frame rates and that. But most important, when it comes to the audio, we need to hit the more and turn on the audio, and we can make our settings here. This is done on the camera as well, especially to adjust volume control. It has to be done from the camera, but just make sure you turn on that option if you're using audio, you're using the two-way audio, and hit apply. So now what we need to do is go on the computer and set up our audio options for our camera. So 1 second. Here we are on a web browser, and now we're going to log into our system and log in. Okay, so this is the NVR, but what we need to do is get into the camera. So we're going to go into settings, into camera, camera list, and we need to come all the way over here into the web page. Okay, so this is again, the password of the NVR as it's copied over. Then from here, we can go into our setup, into audio config, and you'll see our volume controls. So we can turn up these volume controls, especially if they're outside. Okay, and there's echo cancellation. I like to turn that on because why not? We can save that. If you want to tinker with that, go for it. Oh, and we actually will need to enable the audio. Okay, so let's go ahead and save. Okay, so we are now all set up for our camera. Let's check out the app.